I don't eat pickles.
I don't need them either. But anyway, so as for our fantasy football update, we had some twists and turns, y'all. That
leading up to the playoffs.
Yes,
oh my goodness.
yes.
I think for me, it was butt clenching the last couple of weeks.
That fight for that number 4 spot was tight.
And it was, because I mean, as y'all know, we clinched the playoffs. So, you know, you're good, but you still want to win. You still want to get those points in. And
the points matter.
Points matter.
And we'll tell y'all why.
So, but that number 4 position,
it was like a 5-way fight for number 4.
Listen, between GB Chicken Monkeys,
Haters Bow Down, Crosby Cavaliers,
and Under New Management, and GB Chicken and Monkeys reigned supreme.
You
held it down.
You were supposed to
build up to it.
Yeah,
because I don't have enough bandwidth mentally.
I do. So we gonna
to build up with it. Build up to it.
So it was a 5-way or 4-way fight to number 4, right? And so Under New Management, I think, was floating toward the bottom, number 8, and he rose like the phoenix and fought all the way for these past few weeks, win, and got to that tie for the 4th spot. Well, the way for him to make it into number 4 is he had to beat me in our game this week, and GB Chicken Monkeys had to win. Yeah, he had to win. Because remember I said, he had to win in order for him to make it.
But then he would have had more points anyway. So
he had to win. And I had to lose.
Okay.
Stay with me. I figured it out. I can't remember. It just fazed my mind. Well, I did end up losing to Under New Management. Jaden Reed, which across fantasy football land, people were upset because the boy never stepped off the field
at all
during the game. He gave a big old goose egg. Juwan Jennings, who ain't been doing nothing for the past few weeks, decided that he wanted to get almost 30 points. And Garrett Wilson, who ain't did nothing for the past 2 weeks, decided he wanted to get 18.4 points. Derek Carr, who has been doing all right, decided he wanted to be another Saquon Barkley and hurt himself in the 4th quarter and had to go out the game. So my points, I barely made over 100 points. Under New Management had over 146. So I was like, I already knew going into Monday, it was over for me. But I had already clinched the playoffs, so no big deal. Well, then we have GB Chicken Monkeys up against this one. They each had 5 or 6 players that were on a bye. So they had to scramble to get new players and figure some stuff out. Well, GB Chicken Monkeys was leading into Monday night.
Very much so.
Yes.
Very much so. Because I actually had to pick up 2 players just random
in order to have some numbers.
In order to have just a full team. Which was, who did I pick up? Jay Warren and Sanders. Was it the kicker? Shit, did I pick up 3 people? Yeah, those 2. I had a kicker and a running back that I had to pick up. And how I selected them.
GB needed to lose.
He needed
to win. That's what it was. A little trippy.
And so I picked the one at the top. You know how you filter out how many points they're predicted to get. And I just picked the 2 off the top. And I was ready to lose.
And she was predicted to lose. GB Chicken Monkeys was predicted to win. But unfortunately for him, little Tolbert never touched the ball.
That boy did not touch the ball.
Had he touched the ball one time, he would have won because she only won by like 6 points.
Not 1 by 10.
No, she won by 10.
But still, he could have had
A touchdown.
the touchdown that would have gave him enough points.
To
Or
win.
either it would have been a very, 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 very. I mean, it was close still, but it would have been very, very, very close. And I had Burrow and Chase Brown coming Monday night, and I was down 38 points.
And they ended up making up
Y'all
the
do the
difference.
math.
They ended up making up the difference. And poor little Tolbert never got the ball. Apparently,
Big old
it was
fat
thrown to him
goose
one
at
time.
one time,
And he was in the
end
zone to get the ball. And it was overthrown.
Nope.
And that was it.
And he never got thrown the ball again.
He did not. So in order for Underdue Management to make it to the playoffs, he needs to beat me, and GB Chicken Monkeys needed to lose. Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Underdue Management beat me, and GB Chicken
lost.
Monkeys lost. However, this is why points are important. GB Chicken Monkeys points, he had 6 more total points than Underdue Management, which made him the top 4th place person. So he made it into the playoffs.
Dang.
No, yeah, that sucks. I would like to miss the playoffs for like 100.
Right. Like making a big point deficit. 6 points. And all he had to do was put Stafford in that one time that he didn't put him in, and he had
Yeah, see,
awesome game.
And I'm thinking about those points that I left from Garrett Wilson when he did 30, from Drake London when he did 30. Like, what if that matters? Those 60 points
matter.
could come into play now. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. They could come into play later on.
Yes, even in the playoffs.
That's right. So right now, the top 4 are She Left D, Unicorn Collective, Dax Shots, and GB Chicken Monkeys are vying for that top spot.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. So next week, She Left D and GB Chicken Monkeys are gonna go head to head again, but this time with a full superstar roster.
So now it's all about who do you play? Lord have mercy.
And I think, is he favored to win this week?
Oh, I don't even know.
I think projection-wise, he might be favored.
He might for now because we hadn't moved anybody.
Yes,
around.
he has some stars on there.
But
he didn't have Mixon.
He didn't have.
He
Mixon
had him
on there. Yeah, Mixon would have did it. But yeah, so it's definitely going to be a challenge.
It is for sure.
Next couple of weeks, the way our playoffs are set up. So 2 weeks, and depending on who wins, goes to the Super Bowl.
Me and Dax Shots, we're like this. I think my score projection is a little bit higher than his, but again, that doesn't mean anything because anybody can decide to ball out on any given Sunday.
Right.
And that's just is what it is.
And that's the sucky part about it.
Right.
You just don't know what they're going to do on the field. Like, Amon Brown, he's been immaculate like all season, and these past few weeks he's been 10 points, maybe a few little points.
That Green Bay Packers defense, girl.
And just even beyond that, before that, the game before that, I can't remember who they played, but I was like, ooh, good luck. But I never take him out. He's like really, really, really good. So we'll see what happens because now I get to bring all my people back.
Yeah. And the Baltimore Ravens play the New York Giants, so I feel like we're gonna be sitting pretty because I got Lamar Jackson and she has Derrick Henry. So hopefully they run all over them.
I hope so.
And we have high points from that game because we're gonna need all the points we can get if it comes down to total points and who advances.
Yeah. So I got to figure out. I have Burrow and Mayfield. I got to see who each one of them is playing, but they both make me nervous because they start off kind of, and then it's
Mayfield
like,
can't go a game without throwing an interception.
Yes, and he throws at least 2 or 3. So it's like, but Burrows, I think he got sacked once last night. He got a face mask that they didn't call, which I was mad about that, but whatever. He still put up the points. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I'll be looking at Chicken Monkey team, see who he playing. I got to make sure these matchups are right.
I think Houston plays Miami. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Very much
see who I juggle around. I done already dropped Jaden Reed, not from my lineup, But from my
from
starting
the starting
roster, sir, sit down. You too unpredictable. Garrett Wilson is also too unpredictable, so I got to figure out if I'm going to play him or not. Actually, Drake London has become unpredictable too.
Mm.
I don't know. The only person I can count on at this point is Jamar Chase.
Well, I'm looking at my
He
roster.
has been consistent since he started being consistent.
Right. I'm looking at my roster, and one, I have to say, Tua came back and he's been doing decent. That's his quarterback, or one of his quarterbacks. But Purdy, I don't think he's going to play Purdy. Pretty Purdy. I think he's going to leave him on the bench. They won this week,
They did.
but they hadn't, I don't know. But for me, of course, I'm going to put Henry back in. Sutton, I'll probably put him back in. And I don't know about, if I can, Bateman off the Ravens. Because Bateman, he's been getting the ball kind of okay, but I don't know. That's like, I don't want to put all my eggs in the Ravens basket. And we'll see. So, yeah, I got a lot of thinking to do.
Yes, she does.
This is when the irritating part comes.
Because you don't want to overthink it.
Because I don't want to overthink it.
And at the end of the day, it's just a game.
And it's like, yeah, but now money's on the line.
Well, yes, money's on the line. But you gave that money up a long time ago. You're not missing it at this point.
Girl.
So if it don't go back into your pocket,
you're right.
Must be
Well,
right.
I'm just saying, it's a risk.
And plus, you won't get that money till 2025 anyway.
No, you're not. But that goes like with income tax. But it's been fun. It's definitely been interesting to say the least. And people are looking forward to coming back next season. So we'll see.
I'm still undecided.
I hope she comes back.
The pressure, the anxiety, I don't know. And I don't know.
I think it's fun.
I told her that our league needs to be a dynasty league. That way we keep our same team throughout each season. I'm not trying to redraft the same team.
Well, she didn't draft it in the first place.
I did it.
The computer did. But I mean, she changed a few things out. However, the reason I say no is because just like last season, I had Trevor Lawrence and it was somebody else that I had. And this season, they have Trevor Lawrence ain't even in. He's out. And some other people. So you just don't know what they're going to do year after year.
But I think even though you keep the same team, you can still get new players.
Well,
like you're not stuck with
I'm
the
not
team,
saying
but that's
you
your
are.
starting base.
Yeah. I don't know.
No. If I do it again, I'm just going to auto draft and let
fate happen and see what happens.
Yep, and just see what happens. That way, if I start at the bottom and I stay at the bottom, not my fault. I auto draft.
Listen, I know this chick. She told me at my job. She's like, "Oh yeah," she said, "I would just pick the cute ones." I said, "Yeah, we had some of that." I said, "But cute ain't gonna get you far, honey."
Because my boo boo is fine as I'll get. As fine as I'll get out. And unfortunately, he went on the injury reserve list before the season concluded, before we even made it to the playoffs. Before we even made it to Thanksgiving.
We didn't even make it to halfway through the season.
Right. And then we all know Lamar Jackson is not that much of a looker. But that boy can play some football.
Okay. Making it happen. So,
And Ricky Pearsall is fine as I'll get out. He ain't put up not one number. So San Francisco wide receiver. Yeah, is.
Again.
Can't did nothing. And Christian McCaffrey. Oh, boo. He out again.
Did I have it? Oh no, Tanya. I mean, not
swag.
Well, and that's what at first it's like, you dropped him. I'm like, yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it.
But he did okay.
He did cool for coming
for a
back.
Weeks,
yeah,
but then he went out again. So
he gone again. Once it's certain injuries for me.
You just never heal right.
You don't know if they, they heal. They gonna come back. Butker, he's still out. That's the kicker. 49ers
probably ain't coming back.
He probably not at this point. He probably not gonna come back. So I mean, I have it was somebody else I think had old by them, but I guess maybe not. So I still got some questionables, but
Yeah, for sure.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, I enjoyed overall the fantasy football experience. I just,
Let me tell y'all why she is in limbo about it all. Because the way she functions as a person, even in her daily job, it's very detail oriented and analytical.
mhm,
And she takes that to fantasy.
I do.
And so
I do.
that's why she's like,
When I say I'm deep into stats,
but
articles,
yes,
what this team does, how many points they allow, how good their defense is, how many passing yards, how many rushing yards.
which is great for the show because if y'all ever pay attention, she's the only one that gives those kind of stats. And I just be over here like, I saw him run. He made a touchdown. It's cool.
But the Green Bay is going to rely on their running game, which they did this week because
Right,
Jacobs
yeah.
had an amazing game. Then
Yeah.
that means you don't play Jade Reed because
Right,
he's not going
'cause
to
he's
get the
not gonna
ball
get a catch.
because he's not even wide receiver one.
Right. But yeah, so, I look into things like a little bit, but I'm more like, okay, who's trending? Who's not? How's he
Yeah.
playing? What
But
kind
you got to think
I
about
look at
why did he
average,
trend that week?
average score.
Is he the backup and he went in and he just went
when I
phenomenal?
say that, I mean, I'm looking at like average week to week.
No, yeah.
What are your points looking like week to week?
Mm-hmm.
So some people, they be like 3, 4, then they have 25, then they go back down to 5. So I'm not picking you because that just lets me know you just had a phenomenal game. Somebody with, like Aku. I picked up Aku because now I can't think of them babies' names. But anyway, it was 2 up there players that had gotten injured and were out. And so
they relied on him.
They relied on him. He was already getting the ball somewhat,
But he got it
but
more.
he definitely got it a lot more
Yeah.
once they went out. So that's the reason I kept eyeing on. And so, again, I watched. But yeah, y'all want to know when she
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. My little
takes
heart
it a little
can't take-
deeper.
I do, because I want to win. And I want to give myself the best possible chance to win. And how do you prepare yourself? You got to do the research.
Well, somewhat.
Yeah.
I lost my first game, and I have been undefeated ever since.
And I'll be honest, I didn't really do my research this week. Otherwise, I would have realized that Juwan Jennings was being pushed up to wide receiver 1.
Oh, well.
Which means I would have played him. I also would have dropped Derek Carr and picked up somebody else because I didn't realize he was stinking up the field. So, whatever. I shot myself in the foot because I'm like, this game don't matter. I'm already in the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I still be wanting to win.
losing is hard. However, I was comforted by the fact that I clinched the playoffs. So if I lost, then no big
It
deal.
is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all
That's
all
it.
the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not a poor sport, so it's all good.
So, we'll keep y'all updated throughout playoffs for sure. Let y'all know how it's going and who ends up in the Super Bowl. Will it be Mo and Keesh?
Would it be a Blonde Entertainment Super Bowl?
Super Bowl? Y'all will know if it is.
For sure. And if it's not,
If it's not, okay. It's all right. It might not be neither one of us. It may be
right.
the guy.
Shit, it could be
the
back shots and
Back
GB
shots
Chicken Monkeys.
GB Chicken Monkeys. Or one of us and the other. We just don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But
And we're excited.
in this league, I'm number 1.
Oh, girl.
The number 1 seed. Clinched the playoffs early. Yeah. It was great. It was cool. On another note, we still do social Wednesdays every Wednesday at Victor's. Come by and see us.
Well, thank you guys for watching. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on all platforms at Blondentertainmentmk. We will see you guys next week.
Peace out.